Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today is January 27, 2022, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights, wow. The euro and the British pound both tanked versus the USD. Now looking at the major economic events of the day at 3:30 South African time. Out of the United States, we do have quarterly GDP results coming out. Now, looking at the various markets, looking at this Forex symbols, the US dollar gains versus the major pairs, specifically against the euro and the British pound. Now, looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ back on the lows after a bounce yesterday after FOMC meeting. And looking at commodities, gold tanks as well, and oil rally backs to its highs. So I'm suspicious that the Dow Jones is actually going to rally today because of that. Now, looking at stocks, it's mixed. The bank stocks have been strong, the tech stocks have been weak. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin is consolidating at that range between those two support levels. So let's take a look at this markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So looking here at the EURUSD, wow, we are tanking. We are really tanking. I mean, we went from 114 down to 111.92. That's close to a 500 pip move, okay, all together here as we're consolidating after this consolidation area. Now, we are testing the lows here, okay? So if we do break this 1150, okay, then we're going to go further down, okay? That's something to consider. Now, looking at the GBP, let's take a look at a shorter time frame just to give us perspective here, all right, where we're trading at. I mean, that's really the low of the low, okay? But looking at a daily, that's that 1190-ish level, that 111.90-ish level is our support area. So important area for us to keep. And if we do break that, like I said, we're going to continue going lower. Now, looking at the GBPUSD, did retrace, does look like it's consolidating. Now, this is previous support. Excuse me, previous resistance, previous support as well. So this is really a very key area. This is the area that I'm looking for. That's support, that's resistance. So right here is really crucial, okay, that it sustains this level and doesn't break further down. So keep an eye on this, because if it does break it down, guess what? We're going lower. But if it doesn't, we may get a nice bounce. So with that said, you got to keep an eye on what's happening in the U.S. markets as this is unfolding. Now looking at gold, tank 1848 down to 1814, you know, over 30-point drop, okay, after FOMC yesterday. Now it's bouncing right here at 1811. That is a minor supportish area, but we're below our 1828-ish level. So all intents and purposes, I'm looking at this area right here, just like I'm looking at it here. Okay, this area here is just like this. It's a little bit above the area, but really not a sustainable level, okay, altogether. Now looking at oil on its highs and breaking higher, 87.54 right now, as it's trading close to its highs, 87.85. So that may actually lift up the market, okay? So keep an eye on that as this unfolds as well. Now looking at the Dow Jones, look at that. We're getting a bounce here this morning, a very decent bounce, okay, a 400-point bounce early this morning after we sold off yesterday after the FOMC. Now, this may be a double bottom for now. Now, I do expect it to rally somewhere to the 35,000-ish area, 35,400 on the top range, okay, but that should be an area where we're looking to bounce to. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, did get that bounce as well. So, again, I'm looking for some positivity here. Now, looking at the individual stocks, Apple was down yesterday, testing those lows. Facebook further down at $294, below $300, and Microsoft also. So all the tech stocks were really very weak yesterday. But looking at JP Morgan, we did get a bounce here. Okay, so something to consider if this does push us higher later today. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin. Well, we're trading between the 40,000 and 32,000-ish area, 33,000 right here. So we're sort of right smack in the middle of it, 36,000. It's consolidating, okay? It's not really, you know, moving in either direction until it gives us some sort of clarity as to which way it wants to go. So that could still develop and you know, show us which way it wants to go. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.